Yeah, God's hand's really been upon this football program throughout the season, and obviously we've dealt with both tragedy and triumph. And losing a student athlete this summer was, as difficult an issue as you can deal with. And then obviously through the course of the season to win 13 games, win a Conference USA championship, and culminating with a New Year's Six appearance is just incredible. So can't say enough about the job that Coach Chadwell has done, his staff. They've been absolutely incredible. And our student athletes have really bought into to the program, and the way they bonded and came together over the course of the summer through the season has been really special. This is one of the most special teams I've ever been around, any sport during my career, and for them to be 13-0 and ranked 23rd in the CFP poll is an exceptional accomplishment.
Is there a feeling of validation in today, validation of the season, validation of hiring Coach Chadwell, validation of moving this program to the FBS? Is that an accurate way to describe some of it?
I think it's we've talked about markers a lot this year, and this is another marker. Again, the vision was cast 50 plus years ago by Dr. Falwell to play football at this level, and there have been a lot of people who have been instrumental in building the program over the years, coaches and administrators and student athletes and staff, he talked about competing at the highest level, and it doesn't get any higher than playing in the Fiesta Bowl, which is one of America's great bowl games, and playing a team the quality of the University of Oregon, having really the Group of Five championship, being 13-0, and the highest rated Group of Five champions. So it's another marker for this program that's just grown by leaps and bounds over the last 50 years, and we couldn't be more excited about where we are right now.
Take us through the day for you today and your emotions. Like, what was it all day leading up to and waiting for that announcement when you see Liberty's name pop up on the board?
Yeah, John, so it's really been the whole weekend. Obviously, a lot of anxiety on Friday going into that game, playing a really outstanding New Mexico State team, one of the hottest teams in the country. They'd won 8 in a row and had just beaten Auburn at Auburn. So we knew we had a tough test Friday, and obviously the team did a great job. And what an amazing celebration that was for Flames Nation and our fans after the game. So it was really an emotional time. And then yesterday, very anxious because you have no control over the Tulane SMU game. You just sit there and watch it, and that was a painstaking experience. And we were obviously thankful that SMU prevailed in that to give us an opportunity, and certainly had a lot of communication with our conference leadership and a few bowl reps and some others. But we knew we were not going to find out until our name either flashed or didn't flash on the screen at about 2:30 this afternoon. So that was a long ESPN CFP show. I think we were 2.5 hours plus into it before we finally learned the news. So it was a long day, but a lot of emotion, but an incredible outcome.
Was there concern when you saw Florida State at 13-0 get left out of that top 4 that maybe the committee wouldn't really give consideration as much to an undefeated season?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to take that because, yes, they left a 13-0 team out, but they did it largely because they had an injury at the quarterback position. So I didn't know if that was going to play for us or against us, but I think it was an independent decision. And we earned it. We went 13-0, and I think we were the best Group of Five team over the course of the season. I think we were very deserving of it. And I think one of the schools that deserves a lot of credit in our conference is New Mexico State. The way they played, their win over Auburn, the way they finished, for us to have 2 wins over a program like that had a 10-win season, I think really helped boost our resume in the eyes of the committee.
Ian, how satisfying is it while the players have had to block out the noise about respect and rankings and this and that, for them to finally get at least a little bit of a nod to say, yes, we see you, you belong on the stage. We all know they belong, but for someone else outside the program to finally acknowledge that as well.
Yeah, I think it was really huge. And, we've been nationally ranked through the last 4 years. We've had, a series of wins over Power 5 teams. We've beaten Arkansas and BYU, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Baylor. So, we've had a lot of, again, great milestones for this program. But the validation of getting to a New Year's Six game is at a different level. And I think that's something that's really going to put our program on a national stage. And we're excited about that, and we want to put our best foot forward on January 1st.
And could you expand a little bit on that? You mentioned this rise of the program's been on faster than any other that I can think of off the top of my head, from going to FCS and a couple of years later in a New Year's Six Bowl. Just what it says about the growth of this program.
Yeah, we talk about being the fastest rising program in America for our entire athletic program, but certainly football. And, you just heard from Tyron and Noah. I started about the same time as those guys did, and we were playing in the Big South against Gardner-Webb and Presbyterian, and now we're getting ready to go to a New Year's Six Bowl game and play Oregon. That is a pretty rapid transformation of a football program. No one has risen as quickly over that period of time, so we're very thankful, very blessed.
What about validation? You talk about that, but validation for the move to Conference USA. I think, some, people, even fans, question the move, coming out of independent, especially when you looked at the schedule this year and see, the Power Fives weren't there. But do you think that this kind of is validation for, that this was the right move for the program at this time?
Yeah, Conference USA has been a huge asset for us, a huge blessing for us, and we wouldn't be sitting here today talking about the Verbo Fiesta Bowl if we were an independent. We wouldn't have had this opportunity, and we'd be playing in a Group of 5 bowl game right now. So, there's no doubt that the move to Conference USA has given us a platform to be able to compete at the level that we're going to be able to on January 1st, and we're grateful for it, and thankful for the conference leadership as well. Judy McCloud and her staff were fantastic, both in helping us host the championship game as well as advocating for us in the CFP.
In a season where there's been a lot of change and a lot of outside noise, what's impressed you about the way that the team and the coaching staff has handled themselves?
Yeah, they're really inwardly focused, and I don't think they let the outside noise impact them. And they often talk about the brotherhood, but they're very focused internally on our coaches, staff, and student athletes. They really do a great job of just insulating themselves from some of those distractions. And usually, if I do talk to Coach Chadwell about one of those kind of distractions, he just says, "I'm just trying to keep the team focused," and he's done a really extraordinary job of it. And again, we couldn't be more thankful for him. We knew we hired him. He was a tremendous fit, great football coach, and the job he's done this year is exceptional. And I know he's up for some National Coach of the Year awards, and he's certainly very deserving of that.
And it was a year ago tomorrow that hiring of Coach Chadwell became official. And he talked that day about his goal for conference championships and playoff. And it's obviously not the playoff today, but could be next year. But did you ever think that he and the team and the program would be able to accomplish that in the first year?
Not in the first year. I would say he's ahead of schedule. To be able to come in here year one and blend, the existing roster with the recruits and the transfers, and to build a staff and create the cohesiveness is just extraordinary. And, I saw some really encouraging signs over the summer. I was really impressed how quickly the team had galvanized and really come together. But you can't expect in a first year to have a 13-0 season, a championship, and a New Year's Six bowl game. So that's going to be a tough act to follow, but I know he and his staff and the student athletes are up for it.
For those that, you've been through, this type of thing before. What's next for, the next few days, maybe that fans don't see, that just, internally, administratively, in preparation for this?
Yeah, so I've actually been to the Fiesta Bowl before and led a team out there in 2014, and this will be my third New Year's Six game. So it's going to be an experience unlike anything our fans have had before, our coaches, our student athletes. The hospitality at the Fiesta Bowl is unmatched. The weather is spectacular, and just the activities and everything that goes along with the bowl game is just tremendous. So our fans, coaches, staff, student athletes are going to have an amazing experience for 6 days in the Phoenix area. So that's going to be a real treat for everyone. And there's a lot of work that goes along with it, from selling tickets to making all the arrangements. And Todd Patulski heads that area up for us. He also has been to 3 New Year's Six bowl games as well, so he has some experience. We have a great team in the ticket office and Flames Club and marketing, and everyone will really rally together and do a great job. And that's one of the things we're really blessed with. Our staff at Liberty is incredible, so they'll do a great job making sure this is a first-class experience for everyone.
talk about selling tickets. How important is it for Liberty fans to buy those tickets and make the trip out to Arizona?
Yeah, John, that's critical. We're going to be watched in terms of how we travel, and we need all of Flames Nation to descend upon the Valley of the Sun, which is what they call the Phoenix area, on January 1st for that bowl game. So we have an allocation of 12,500 tickets. So if you need a couple tickets, see me after the press conference, and we'll be able to get you set up. But we expect to have a great turnout. I think our students will be excited to get out there, as well as our fans, and we do have a few folks that live out in that area as well.